European chick, naked, in your house. And you're not going to do anything about that?
What am I going to do, huh? Broadcast her over the internet?
And now, back to the Big Dumb Fun Show.
Thanks for hanging out with the Big Dumb Fun Show. My name is Aaron.
I'm Vakeman.
And I'm Rita.
And I'm Chris.
And now it's time for sports with a guy named Chris.
Now, I don't know if I have this right. You're going to talk about the Carly Rae Jepsen sex tape?
That's it. And Canadians.
Oh, that's right. Before we do anything, we got this little piece of goodness that came in on the request line.
Have you heard this?
No.
It's hilarious.
Oh, great.
It's revealing
you can
about.
dance if you want to. You can leave those other shows behind. Because if your friends don't listen to BDFS, and they ain't no friends of mine. BDFS, you know you're the beast and best. And a guy named Chris has got ranked feet. We still like to hear him speak. Have a good show tonight, guys.
Just when you think
By
it's
the
over.
way, guy named Chris, he's 17% Canadian.
What?
That's 1/6, by the way.
Is there any truth? Any truth to that? Are you Canadian?
Okay, well, interestingly, I don't know my dad, and his family was from Canada. Okay, but that's not what this
How do you
is
not
really,
know him, but you
Wait
know
a
where he's
second.
from?
That's your brother.
That's my brother-in-law.
Oh, okay, your brother-in-law. I'm like, that's your brother. He's from Canada.
Yeah, and I met my brother. I just met him. Remember I told you about that?
No.
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 And my wife found him when I was 43. And
How
Found
old
your
are you
brother?
now?
yeah.
How old are you now?
I'm turning 45 in 5
Oh,
days.
a couple years ago.
All right, so and let's talk about that later, because that
Yeah.
seems to be like pretty interesting. But what's even more interesting
Penn State.
is the NCAA turning back time. Tell us exactly what they're doing.
Okay. First of all, it's unprecedented. It's bizarre.
Not entirely. We've had the asterisk next to baseball statistics.
I'm all about
kind
that.
Isn't that kind of the same thing?
I think the problem was with the asterisks.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing is they didn't do the due diligence. They
They
didn't
just
do
don't care.
this. They didn't do that. I mean, yes, they've made them vacate wins all the way back to 1998.
Okay, now give me a little bit of the story. NCAA came out today, and they
Right.
said this is what we're going to do to penalize Penn State for not doing anything?
Right.
Okay.
This is what we're going to do for you not doing. So they fined them $60 million that they have to give towards child programs, and they can't have them on the university campus.
Okay. Which, okay, fine. I
$60
get
million
that.
They
representing
can have him at Jerry Sandusky's house because he won't be there.
that. There's truth there, but the $60 million represents what they make in an average football year. Okay,
Okay.
off
So
football,
They fine him 1 year.
They fine them 1 year's salary,
basically.
1 year's profits.
Right.
Okay.
They vacate the wins all the way back to 1998, which brings Joe Paterno from the all-time winningest coach with 407 wins all the way back to 298, not even in the top 10.
Why 1998?
That's when the first alleged victim came forward.
Now, the guy has not been convicted guilty
No,
yet.
he has been convicted.
Has he been convicted?
Yeah, he just hasn't been sentenced.
Okay, so he's been convicted.
Right.
He is guilty, and he hasn't been sentenced yet.
How long
Okay,
has
I did
he
not
worked
know.
there?
Oh, he's 40 years.
So he was there in 1998.
Yes.
Okay, and that's when the first abuse charge was based.
But I
Yes.
thought you said there was more that went back from the
Well,
19...
there is, but they can only go back.
They're trying someplace to draw a line.
Exactly. They had to put a line
I
somewhere.
agree, because
I mean,
there's nothing you
So
can do.
up to 1998, nothing counts.
right. Well,
Tell
from
that to the
1998
boys that it happened to.
From 1998
That's
to
a whole other
2000
asterisk.
to this year. Okay, so basically what it is, it's not a loss and it's not a win.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but the interesting thing is like they played against Penn State or against Ohio State 1 year. Well, Ohio State had to vacate that game for Penn State that they won, but now Penn State had to vacate it even though they lost, and so now the game never existed.
Wait, why did Ohio have to do this?
Well, Ohio State had to do it for other violations last year. Okay, so now both teams have had to vacate the same game.
So the game never happened.
Except for one guy broke his spine and is just now walking for the first time in 12 years.
So he's like, you damn right
damn
that
right
game
it happened. Okay.
All right, so does this affect anyone's careers? Like anybody that had like statistics and whatnot, does it wipe any of those
Wipes
out?
all of it out. I mean,
Really?
it's really, really
So
bizarre.
let's just say you had nothing
So
to do.
even
You're the
the
winningest
players?
quarterback, right? You're not a coach. You're not any part of the administration. You're the winningest
screwed.
quarterback. Now you don't have that to claim from.
All those games?
all those games.
So the players,
Never played.
the water boy...
So the other team can't say, well, now we won the game?
No, they're not wins and they're not losses.
It's weird.
It's,
So you
it
just
is.
get
It's
wiped
just,
out.
It's just a bizarre thing.
Over a decade of
How does that
scores
change
wiped out.
anything?
Well,
Wait a minute, but how is that the quarterback's fault, or how is that the receiver's fault, or the running back, or the?
It's just a program.
Who cares? The program is letting kids get raped in their facilities.
Yeah.
Who cares?
They
what
should have
happens
come
to them?
forward if they had any idea.
I mean, they should have ended the damn school. Okay, they should have stopped football and sports there for 5 years. In my opinion,
I think all this does is make sure that other people in other colleges
report.
Yeah, observe and definitely report that stuff.
It's no longer a don't ask, don't tell world.
Well, no, there's
And
something
when
called
is it okay? You know, we posted a video of you doing one of your Sports with a Guy Named Chris segments, and I didn't even know this until like weeks after. But there was some heated comments on our YouTube account talking about it's never okay to take showers. This is when you were talking about how the guy came out and said, "Yeah, it happens all the time. We take showers."
Oh, people post on it.
Oh yeah, fiery. And they're like, it's never okay, ever. Never has it been okay for coaches to shower with students or even young boys.
Did you ever shower with your gym coach?
Never
Was
did.
he ever there?
Never showered.
Never did. She has never showered to this day.
I have never showered.
In say Boy Scouts, right?
tell.
In Boy Scouts, everything was separate. You had the boys' shower, then you had the men's shower, and then you had the women's shower that everyone tried to peek into.
But wait a
Well,
minute,
because
why
Boy
is
Scouts
it,
hate gay people.
That's true.
Why is it so important to everyone shower in one room? Why can't you just put 2 extra walls? Is it really going to break the bank to put
Listen,
walls
once
in
again, we
in a
don't
sheet?
put up doors on the crappers.
I didn't say doors, I
and
said
we're not gonna put up
walls.
walls. Okay.
I know, but it solves the whole issues in the future.
Yeah, it would really, because Jerry Sandusky could have molested those boys in the privacy of his own shower
And
stall.
wouldn't have even gotten caught.
Yeah,
So-
no one
All
would've-
I'm saying is, why is it such a
Why
big
is there
deal
2
for?
pair of feet in that stall?
I remember in high school, it was a big deal. Like, it's okay if you all change in front of each other. Like, get used to changing in front of each other. And some girls didn't want to, and some guys in the guys' room didn't want to. Why is it so important for that to be?
Oh, nobody in the guys' room said that out loud.
But they thought it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand why is that something to learn? Why can't we just not change and shower in our
Why do you
own
have to be such a prude?
I'm not a prude.
I don't know. The school I went to, the shower facility was a tiled room that was probably easily bigger than this studio, with a number of pillars with shower heads coming out on 4 different sides, and you'd stand there and wash your junk.
That's right.
Trying not to look at anybody else.
Yeah, you just don't want to look at anybody else's
thing.
and hope you don't get, accidentally,
Yeah.
spring one because you're at that age.
That's right.
I just don't get it.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Well, see, when you're that age, you have a lot of. Oh, you mean you don't get the shower room?
I don't get the
She
showering.
understands
Like,
it
I
actually.
don't- I
She
don't-
accidentally
I'm
wrecks
sure
I
you.
don't get the point of it.
I'm sure back in the day used to not be a big deal. There's some like Jim Crow laws. Like there's some stuff that back in the day used to not be a big deal, and then now it's like, oh crap.
I
Like
still
seatbelts.
don't get the point of it.
Seatbelts. That's a good example. Cars didn't have seat belts.
Your mom's arm was the seatbelt.
You cut them out of your car when they started putting them in there, like
Listen,
seatbelts.
my
And now
mom's
it's like,
arm
can
was
you
more
fathom
than
a
a
car? Can you fathom a car without a seatbelt?
You know, it's funny. How come school buses don't have seatbelts?
Oh, I know.
But
Absolutely.
anyways, we're talking sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
So
They
erased
removed
everything
the
to
statue.
1998.
They took the halo off of the mural. They took away the wins that they had, and
They took the statue too, right?
and
Yeah,
they
that's what I
reduced
said.
they reduced scholarships for the next 4 years. They can't go to a bowl game for the next 4 years. No postseason activity for the next 4 years.
these guys probably don't have. I mean, can
And
you
these-
imagine scouting for this college? Hey, you're a pretty good ball player.
No, I would be trying to get and
Like,
to
no
have
one-
Penn State on your resumes. Now it's just like, oh god.
Yeah, it's not exactly.
I've been a
the-
scouter for 15 years. It had nothing to do with any of this. We're like,
The
we
only
do not
thing-
want you working for
We're
us.
You know
working
what
on our
sucks
women's
about this
volleyball.
situation is that the people who are playing for Penn State now and the people who are at that college now are the one getting penalized.
Well, they made an exception
well.
for them. Okay, normally you cannot transfer to another university and play that same year. For all of the people at the university, anybody's allowed to transfer. And in fact, the schools that take them, because there's a limit in college football, for instance, you can only have 85 scholarships out at any given time.
Yeah.
Well, let's say you're USC and you take one of their running backs and you've already used all 85 of yours. That's okay just for this circumstance. But next year you can only use 84.
Oh,
So
interesting.
everybody can leave. Go ahead, get the heck out. We don't blame you.
Yeah.
All right. Any school can take you and not be penalized for it this year. I mean, I agree with it. I mean,
I agree too. I don't know much about this situation.
I feel bad for the people who played and were part of that whole thing, but you just can't. You got to hold that university accountable.
I take down the statue. Take down the thing that I think is weird is the record erasing.
It's just pointless.
I think that is very odd.
It's ridiculous.
I don't know. We'll talk more. You got some more sports news. We'll talk more with a guy named Chris coming up next on the Big Dumb Fun Show.